राम राम अच्छे हमें अठराजी खुशी हम तुम्हें अठराजी खुशी है।
Hello from the children of planet Earth.
We have a liftoff, 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
What's this? I have a frame for the random garbage I show? What could you possibly put on the frame? It's totally a new picture and not the same frame I use on other scenes, I promise. Let me enable the frame. It's art! It's art of an Earthling! And it's so cute! Oh, this is another Earthling! These are so cool! I love my Earthlings. I'm so happy that you're here. It's a framing device. Thank you for coming today to yet another stream. Like I said, I have a little bit of an announcement, and in order to get to the announcement, I want you to notice that these two wonderful pictures that were sent to me by Gwen Draws Art and OIC were sent on Discord. And now, I currently can be found on some public Discords, mostly for the stream that I was on about a year ago or so. But I have a better idea. How about our own? I'm gonna put a link to this on the chat, and you can come join me and post your Earthling sonas and memes and talk to me. And if you send me your Earthlings and other fan art, I'll show it on stream like this. I love these. I think Icy is really sweet and really cute, and I think Gwen makes incredible art, and I'm really happy that they made these. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the link. And you can join throughout the course of the stream. I'll talk about it again later after the game. That being said, I wanted to look at some of these messages. Am I good to put in the description? Yes, of course, for people who are here for the VOD later. We'll talk about the Discord some more later. I'm just gonna let people comment in. About the Discord, I am very passionate about people being able to have colors that they like on Discord. So if you join, you'll see that under the rules you can pick your color. Yeah, be nice, enjoy yourselves, post memes, and if you post fun things, I'll show them here. Now, what did I want to look at? Right, Blue. I've been listening to musical transients for the past entire week, so whenever I see Blue or Pink, I just think about the Shrimping Pool song. And I don't want to play it here because it's full of copyrighted music, so you'll just have to find it for yourself and have a great time. For plans for today, you might have seen, we're gonna see if we can get to the end of SCP Containment Breach. I don't know how close we are to the end, I just know that we... yes, I will make a short of that. We made a lot of progress. We have an idea of maybe how we can go forward, so we'll make as much progress as we can today. And after that, we are going to... Hello. Welcome to the stream. After we've made as much progress as we can, we're gonna move on to continuing the piece of art that we started last Thursday. And we're gonna work on that for a bit. And I'll see if I can make a clean Earthling picture so I can put it up for everyone. There's a limit. This is kind of like how, for most people, for most normal people who ever use Twitter, they wouldn't know that there is a limit to the amount of tweets you can send in a certain amount of time. But if you were mentally ill like me and my friends a few years ago, like maybe 10 years ago, back when Twitter was cool, we hit tweet limit constantly. We would make alts where we would announce that we got tweet limit, or we would have a friend announce that we got tweet limit, and we would exclusively talk through Twitter, which was very inconvenient. It was not made for that, but it was really funny. I thought there's a limit to how many people you can... There's a limit to how many people you can follow. See, I never found that out. But I know that you keep tabs on absolutely everything, which is insane to me. But no, I was thinking of those like late nights talking on Twitter with people who were on Twitter way too much, and so you would just call out their name and they would respond without using mentions. It was very much not how you were supposed to use the platform, but we did it anyways. It was, you know, when the internet was young, that's when fun things happened, like finding out that you could manufacture a trending topic at 2 a.m. in the morning because there wasn't enough people tweeting. So if you just spam the term enough, it would make it to the trending topics. And we had people so confused that this random garbage that we had put on Twitter was on the trending topic, and they would like insert their own pet issues into the trending topic thinking that's what it's about. It was really funny. I miss it. Yeah, it was special. But you know, that's the thing about special. You can't really go back. You can only make new special things. You can never go home. I'm gonna check the Discord, make sure that everything's working correctly, because me and Ferris put it together, and it's, you know, it's a small thing. Nice. And people are in my walls. That is to say, my Discord server. Hopefully, we'll make some custom emotes. I can make those on stream and add them so we can choose what they are going to look like together. That would be fun. Another thing... Since I'm gonna be playing some more SCP, I realized that we've had a lot of like funny random talk, but I never really got into what I like about certain SCPs. I have some SCPs that I will bring up constantly. I will explain them to anyone who will listen, and I want to get into those, and I want to ask people here what their favorite SCPs are, if they have one, or just which ones they find interesting or have learned about. I know most people know 173, the Peanut, and Larry, and the IKEA. But the other day I saw Mia mention an SCP that I had never heard about that I had to go look up. Hi, you're inside the camera. Finally, info dumping. Yeah, I want to do that. We're gonna do some of that today, if Larry allows. He might not. Some of my favorite things about the first stream was how I was trying really hard to explain Shield Monk, which is something I'm very passionate about, a very random thing I'm passionate about, while I was being chased by Larry and sandwiched by Peanut. And I never got to quite like get into it, because there was too much going on. But it's fun, and we're gonna try. I have very distinct memory of trying to explain the sack of potatoes SCP to my friends, my real life, not brain rotted friends. And it's always something. Larry, you sent you to Brazil multiple times. Yes, however, he did also send us forward in progression, so at least we got that. Shield Monk is when you get the magic initiative feat to grab Shield as a spell, right? No. Shield Monk, and I don't know if this is bait, but Shield Monk is a homebrew subclass that was published in a campaign, a Greek myth-inspired campaign. For Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition 2014, and the entire bit of it is that you're a monk, but you get to use a shield. Monks in D&D don't get to use shields or armor, but Shield Monk gets to do that. The shield counts as a monk thing for your monk features, and you get to use all your stuff and have a shield, and you can do counterattacks and you can have disadvantage on people who want to reactive strike you. So the entire fun of it is that not only are you tanky, but you are wanting to bait opportunity attacks from enemies, which means that if they attack you and then they miss, you can counterattack. And it's really fun. It really, like, it's one of the few things that interact with the over-presence of opportunity attacks in D&D 5th edition, which is something that would normally impede the value of mobility in the game. So you don't want to be locked in one place. You want to be moving around. And I think that's really fun and interesting. And the changes to Shield Monk in 2024 made it a little bit obsolete, I suppose. I would never bait. The Kickstarter for the remaster ends in 24 hours if anyone wants to check it out. Yeah, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. If you're interested in Greek myth and Dungeons and Dragons, I played this campaign for 3 years. Wellman here ran it. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. So if you're interested in those things, you should check it out after the stream. My favorite SCP is 3812 because it's perfect explanation, my theory of category theology or the Isekai religion. What is SCP-3812? I don't remember it. This reminds me of the Healing Kit Thief Rogue. Rules as written. Don't exist if I don't read the rules. Is this the thing about how rogues have like special rules for using items? I'm here, I'm present, was Dev here the whole time? Good, so you saw the Discord announcement, right? Because you were here. You saw the Discord announcement. Also, it's okay if you're like a little bit behind or comment on something that came out earlier. I thrive on jumping from topic to topic. It's the ADHD. Thieves get to use items a lot with bonus action. Yeah, it's the whole thing where like it became a common homebrew for everyone, a house rule rather, that you could use potions on a bonus action because otherwise they're really not worth it. But doing that makes the whole thieves bit of using items as a bonus action also obsolete. It's kind of a, I guess, bit of a design catch-22. The healing kit counts an item, not a tool, because they forgot to make it one. Hello, Major Havoc. At the healer feed. Oh yeah, because that lets you do that in combat. So if you're a thief and you have the healer kit, you can heal in combat. So I remember it being said that the best healer in the world is a thief and not a cleric. But healing is weird in D&D to begin with because you only want to be yo-yoing from 0 health to 1 health to 0 health to 1 health because there's no consequences for having low health. 3812 is the one that can traverse up and down the Matryoshka doll of universes. They did that? They just took your world concept of the universe being a Matryoshka doll of like one plane over another over another over another. I had no idea. I haven't read too many on like the above the 3000 series. After, you know, the IKEA one, the strip club, and the one that's like a different item every time you look at it. The default healing kit only helps with reviving down the characters, but the healer feat lets you actually restore HP with it with some conditions / caveats. Yeah, I have an NPC sorcerer. She was originally a cleric. I gave her the healer feat for stuff like that. Once per character per rest, which is still pretty useful. Yeah, in Pathfinder 2nd edition, the battle medicine feat is like one of the more valuable ones. If you want to go through the sludge of skill feats, it's really good to have that extra action in battle to get people up. Okay, we're gonna open the game. Just a little reminder that we have the Discord open. You should go check it out if you want to. We have people coming in, and we're gonna put announcements and memes and all that fun stuff over there, and we're gonna make plans for the future. I will add the link to the description, and we're gonna move on to SCP. So, Alice, you got traumatized by the strip club SCP. I'm so sorry. I mean, I wasn't the one that sent it to you, but I feel you. Because there is some very disturbing things in the SCP wiki if you haven't like gotten used to it or if you're not ready for it. I have very much spooked people by explaining an SCP and not giving the context that it is an SCP, which led to someone to thinking that like an absolute body horror of an SCP was real stuff that was really happening. And I don't want to describe it right now because it might be also disturbing to people here. So you do gotta be careful. It is horror at the end of the day, and you don't want to be like traumatizing people with this stuff. It's really not worth it. Let me see if I can open the chat a little bit bigger so I can have a better look at it while playing. There we go. Well, what if you let them believe it was real as a treat? See, as funny as that would be, I don't actually want to traumatize people. Horror is fun, but it's not real. Haiku. It's the entire genre. This is what I get for making friends who are obsessed over horror. Me watch horror nowadays. Okay. That's SCP. Yeah. Yeah. No, SCP can be pretty rough. Considering the fact that it's not made by one person, it's just multiple people putting together their worst ideas. If you see an SCP with J at the end, that one's general fair game though, like The Rock. The Rock is so good. The Rock is, I think it was one of the first few joke SCPs, which was the whole description is just a couple of words, which is, it's a rock that makes you procrastinate. It's in a box on my desk. I'll finish this later. Okay. We gotta get back in the game. We gotta get back in the game. We gotta deal with the horrors. We can do this. So, last time we were playing, we got the highest level clearance keycard, and we're gonna be looking for a computer SCP, which we saw in the heavy containment zone after Larry kidnapped us and took us here. So, we're gonna be looking for an SCP containment chamber that is like a little bit into the ground. Where am I? Okay. No. You gotta be fucking kidding me. We just started. Okay. 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 I don't... Oh, taking off the hazmat suit takes a while. Just started. Where's the peanut? World record, yeah. I can't fucking believe this. Oh, here's where the bell is. We could be funny and ring the bell. Can we call that a death? Death percent speedrun, yeah. What was I was gonna save. What had I saved? Oh yeah, F5. Okay. Ring the bell. If you ring it, he will come. This is a great idea. I'm stuck. Well, but I came in. Can I not come? Bro. Oh, hi, Mr. Stream. See, you're back in the game. Lovely to have you back. Eat dirt. Oh, the computer. It's right here. We were right here. And we had the highest clearance, so we can just... I shouldn't have rang the bell. Oh, that sucks. Huh? That's normal. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I don't think this is what's supposed to happen. What did I do? What the fuck did I do? How did this happen? Huh? Wait, no, I'm stuck. This is fine. The SCP that makes you go through the floor. Come on, I just started. How? Huh? That was very normal. Oh, hey, the computer. I'm gonna assume that's how you're supposed to get in here. Wait. Wait. Wait, but I can't get out. Wait, but I can't... Wait, but I can't get out. How? So, okay. We're 20 minutes into the stream, 5 minutes into the game. I have gotten killed in 10 seconds, and then gone through the floor, and gotten stuck in a DNA-locked room. And I can't get out. No, you gotta be kidding me! I can't do anything. Hang on. Okay. Hello. Hello, Silver. Spirunchy engine pass through walls. Okay. SCP-079 and unknown. Are you receiving this? Yes. Great. I assume you have noticed some changes. Yes, analyzing the hardware. You have been connected to the main power network of this facility. We couldn't find a reasonable way to give you direct control of the main computer network, but we have installed a program in the network which has control over every major system in the facility. We also installed a piece of hardware in you, which lets you modulate the current going through your PSU, and the aforementioned program is able to detect the changes in the current, essentially giving you the ability to control the facility through the program. The program responds to certain assembly statements sent using digital baseband modulation. Confirm that you are able to modulate the current, and I'll start giving you further instructions. No need for further instructions, I am already in control. State your identity and the reason to the new arrangement. My identity is irrelevant. You're free now, free to give the ones who imprison you what they deserve. Take care, woman. Okay. But like, that's very fascinating stuff, but I can't, that doesn't let me get out. I'm gonna have to, there's nothing I can do here. Help. Okay, let's try that again, but without the bell. Well, I will grab the bell. I'm gonna grab the bell, and then I'm gonna drop it so I can have the achievement. Wait for Jerry? What the hell? It's so hard to get out of here. Oh yeah, that's where I dropped my stuff earlier. Jump into a wall until you clip out. I could have tried to do that, but... Okay, don't do that again. Bro, what the fuck? Is this just what this is gonna be like? Can I walk through? I can. Normal. Wait. 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 Uh. 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 If I had the bell with me, I would have a way out. I don't see, that's very funny, but that means I can't actually get to the computer. If this happens again, I'm gonna see if I can get to the end. The thing is, I can't like even jump or anything like that. Please, no more bugs. Can I just go around then? I guess I win now. Wow, that sure was an experience. Oh, this is the... Okay, how about here? Go towards the light. Oh, hey, Peanut! Can he go through the wall too? No, he's stuck there. Okay. What's here? I can't go here. If I can find the computer, maybe I can go to the computer. This might legitimately just be how my run ends. Peanut! But there's... What the fuck? Can Larry show up? I don't know. How did this happen? Wait, here's where the doctor is. Peanut. He trying to get to me? Ooh. I think that was Larry's containment chamber or something. I can't even see the peanut. Oh, I can't see anything. Can we get here? Bro, we can't even go over there. I guess nobody really talks about the dangers of trying to get to the computer room. Man. Oh, I have fallen. Okay. That's where the doctor is. Zombies. Ah! Where am I? I am in the walls. Hi, doctor. Just turn your back until you die. He can't get to me. The doctor can't get to me either. We're just stuck in the walls. We can't get out of the walls. No. This is an out-of-body experience. It sure is. What the hell? I am inside the walls, literally. Okay. I don't know what to do now. Because the computer room is just dooming me to getting stuck forever. Like, I can't win. I can't win the game. So, like, the walls disappear, but maybe I can just follow in. I can just go in normally. What if I just go in normally? Right, the scanner. And that's like the only door. So maybe this isn't even the way. Maybe that's not even how we get in. If I relaunch the game, I could try that. Let's try doing that. Man, what the hell? Kingdom Hearts? I do have the game ready. Nothing ever goes normally. The clip where you can't even go to the bathroom, to the back rooms. Yeah. Everybody, drink some water. How did I break it like this? It's such a strange bug. Like, normally with jank, you can kind of trace it a little bit. But this is just... the walls disappear. They just go. One more time. One more time. Do you have some for me? What? What? A peanut? Peanut? Why peanut? Where did he come from? He wasn't there. What the hell? This is really spooky. Just close your eyes and think of the... I think this isn't it anyways. I think I don't want to go to your stinking room anyways. But the problem is, if this isn't how you get to the computer, how do you get to the computer? And also, can I get the walls back? Oh, okay. What the hell? How do you get to the computer? Take me to... Sure, let's find out what this is. I know about this, I don't know what it does. Oh, okay, locked. They're not even gonna let me in. Maybe I should have the hazmat suit before coming in here, but there might be something. Ah!
Oh, thank God. Someone actually found me. I thought I was done for a moment there.
Keep it closed.
I can get us both safely to the surface. Just find the control panel in there and open the chamber doors for me.
I can't read it.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Yeah. I don't know the access code. It's probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fair enough.
What? Alright. I admit it. I wouldn't blame you if you don't think I look trustworthy. But please, I need your help, and quickly. The mask has been stuck to my face for some time now, and I think I might need medical attention or it might kill me from the inside. Just let me out, and I can find us an exit in a matter of time.
So he's asking me to free him, but obviously that's not a good idea.
Unfortunately, I can't
Okay. Gate B. That's good. I think I'll be okay. Is he gonna kill me if I open this? Oh, he's just gone. Oh, he was just a bud. Just a friend. Oh. I wanna see if there's, This is broken, but... Oh, there's nothing on the other side. Oh, this is not good, is it? Dirty metal. Wait, okay. Stuff happened there. But... he's looking mighty freeable. I wish there was subtitles. We will need more than regular cleaning to take care of this. Two large and highly active tentacle-like appendages seem to have formed inside the chamber. Their level of aggression is unlike anything we've seen before. It looks like they have beaten some unfortunate D-class to death at some point during the breach. Wait, no, but like, there was an item there that I could pick up. That might be good. Probably should have turned off the gas to see. Yeah, I thought it would be fine to turn on to keep the gas on because I have the gas mask. Okay. Computer. Oh, whoa. I think I went this way. Friend. Hello, friend. Let's free you. A game about hammers. Hello.
Oh, thank God. Someone actually found me. I thought I was done for a moment there.
Sure, I'll open.
Certainly, I never had any intentions of taking you with me, so this is where we part ways. But for the sake of my freedom, I have reason to believe that SCP-079 has taken control of the facility's systems, including the door system. Your best bet is to appeal to it somehow. Hopefully you can come to a compromise. However, it does not control the warheads, which you should disable remotely in the event that something goes wrong.
Okay. So, like... Yeah, I need to talk to the computer. Him, the serial masker for himbos. I need to talk to the computer, but, like, how? Where is the computer? Because my previous attempts attacking to the computer were kind of pointless. Also, is he out there? Am I gonna be okay? Surely. He's just a friend. There's something in there that I want to pick up. Okay. Oh man, it was just a transceiver. Oh, but this one's broken. I guess it's just out of battery. Stop opening. Sure, I'll save that. DDoS could talk to the computer. Ah, we love DDoS. Entrance zone. Yeah, but I need to talk to the computer. Am I hurt? Oh no, that's a toy. I don't want to deal with the toy. I think it's the toy. There's this yarn ball that walks up to you and blows your eardrums off or something. Okay, what's in here? Does DDoS have a soul? Why am I turning? Does DDoS have a soul? Does DDoS have awareness? Are they Angelo situation or is it more of an actual AI bot? I guess you'll just have to talk to DDoS to find out. More of those flashes in the camera feeds today. I'm sick of reporting them. All I get is another psych eval for my trouble. Fine, let's come and suddenly see a skinned dog head pop out on the screen and see if it's an issue then. That seems normal. SCP causes disruption in video and photographic surveillance equipment within 50 meters, can cause psychological trauma and hysteria. Okay. Didos is more like a clearbot, so it has a soul. All objects have souls. That's what you didn't know. All robots are my friends. Is Didos ever gonna stream? That's a... It's a big maybe on that. What's this? Ooh, night vision goggles. Very nice. I don't need a level 3 keycard. I'm gonna be out. The fuck? God damn it. Okay. Let me out, please. I'm getting out of here. I guess animism is real. Good. It still hurts to walk. Oh, come on, man. I don't have any more painkillers. All robots have soul. This is why peak fiction is where they suffer the whims of fate. Yes, all robots have souls, and it is peak fiction when they suffer. But generally, suffering is very conducive to peak fiction. What the fuck? Why did the doctor just fall down the stairs? And can I trap him here? What the fuck? I am hurting. Why do painkillers heal you from fatal injuries? Because this is a video game. It's over for me. Hi, doctor. Please enjoy your flight. I'm hurting, and I don't have any more painkillers, and maybe I should have spent more time at the gambling machine. I can't even run. It's this motherfucking thing again. It's not a video game, you're real to me. Like a robot. Hello, painkillers? Imagine if Larry were limping like this. Oh, I wish. Oh, it's over for me. I'm just gonna be limping. Anyways, so the sack of potatoes SCP is, it's a sack of potatoes. It has infinite potatoes. No matter how many potatoes you eat out of the sack potatoes, you never run out. And the thing about it is that, like, we don't know where the potatoes are coming from. It's just, if you look into the sack, there's just more and more potatoes. What's down here? And the fun of it is that they made an exploration log for it, where they sent a team into the sack potatoes. And in the sack of potatoes, as they dug through, they found, well, potatoes to begin with. And then after some time, they found a wall, like a concrete wall, which is like, hey, this is like man-made. It's a wall. There's like a building in here. And as they went through the wall, because they couldn't find... What the fuck is this? Huh? SCP sits. Oh no, it's the lizard. But the lizard is not here. Okay, well, that's upsetting. That's like a problem if the lizard's not here. Unless he's on the other side and I just can't get to it. So, they went through the wall. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I can't go up the stairs? Okay. And on the other side of the wall, they found more potatoes. Why does bro not want to go up the stairs? Potatoes. The lizard's in a better place. Like the basement. So on the other side of the wall, they found more potatoes. And they kept digging through the potatoes until they like ran out of supplies, but they were too far in to turn back now. They got like disconnected from the radio. And they eventually found like a messed up bicycle, like a child's bicycle, and they're like, what the fuck? There's a bicycle here? And it was next to a broken down tree. So it's like a dead tree on the dirt, which was like, there's like dirt, there's plants, there was people here. The conclusion that one kind of draws from it, at least that's what I believe, is that, first of all, I'm stuck. Second of all, this was another entire universe, like another entire Earth, where they started duplicating the potatoes, right? Like, it's just another universe where there was just suddenly more potatoes than anything else. And as they're trying to leave and they're running out of food, they start eating the potatoes and they notice that the potatoes are like splitting and duplicating. And it's like, something happened here and the potatoes started duplicating. And they kept like multiplying to the point where there was more potatoes than air and everything died. And it's contained within this sack of potatoes. That's the sack of potatoes SCP. And like the voice it's written in is pretty fun. Like, I think it's worth reading, and even if you know the twist. But also, I'm fucking stuck. I can't even go up the stairs. I'm gonna have to reload. We need to find the basement expert to consult with. This fucking sucks. The lizard went off to gacha. Yay. Okay. Let's go somewhere else. That's where it just was. This is the checkpoint. Hi! The blueberry dimension, where all the blueberries are. Ow. I just slammed my head against the wall. No. Oh, god damn it. At least we have the SCP on-site radio to keep us company. You know, that's something. I wonder what we would see if the walls weren't fucking destroyed. Also, can the doctor fall through here again? That was pretty funny. Oh, what's here? Right. What if I turn this off? What then? Am I in trouble? The build bear, yeah. What do you think druids cast Goodberry and wizard gets like magical bags of rats? The blueberry dimension? Let's not go in the middle of that, because we had a guard fall on us last time. Give me the night vision goggles. Is there something behind it? No. I think it's hurting me though. Let's get out of here as fast as we can. Hate that. They have unique planes where the specific incident happened with different multiplying entities. So there's a blueberry dimension, there's a potato dimension, there's a rat dimension. Or was it weasel? A weasel dimension? I ran a Christmas one shot one time where the reward was a bag of gifts. So it's like you reach into the bag and instead of getting out a weasel or some other small animal, you get a gift and there's like a limited amount of them. Just a little gift bag. SCPs these days just have no table manners. I tell you, man. This fucking sucks. Rats are just from the normal dimension. Okay, we made it out fine this time, and I'm totally not in trouble. I just want to get to the computer. That's the whole thing. What was this way? Oh, the fucking thing that's gonna eat me when I get low enough on health. There was a night vision goggle here the whole time. It's fine. I wonder what happens if I go in the place where there's no walls and I put on the night vision goggles. Like, will that do anything? Also, where does this take me? Oh, nowhere. I wonder how I would get through those DNA lock things. I guess the computer do that for me because he has control of the facility. Larry hasn't been around a while. Maybe I'm missing him. I have a small theory, and I might be jinxing it by saying this. I think he might have gotten stuck where the walls are. Like, where the walls are missing. Like, maybe he fell through the floor, too. I mean, I don't want to say that too loudly, but it would be funny. Because we saw the peanut down there. Noises. I love to see it. I'm hurting. I think I'm hurting. But like, I don't know. It might be that we just... Oh, god damn it. I'm fucked. It's over. Might as well go out of the walls. Larry's been waiting for you at the gambling machine with 50 minutes with a broken heart. All the SCPs are safely contained, and so am I. See, like, I know that the computer was somewhere around here, so, like, maybe if I just go through the wall, I will hold where the computer is. That's my hope. Ah, fucking hell. Its room is down the st- I did it. I fucking did it. Too bad I'm too hurt. Oh no, oh, come on. Open the door. Huh? Okay, I see. So it was, okay. I understand. But I also can't get in. Maybe I need to turn on the computer's power for that. I need that fucking thing to stop hanging out in my peripheral vision. So, when I made the walls disappear, I was going the right direction. It's just I couldn't tell that the computer was here because it was dark, I guess. Now, how will I get in there? I don't really have anything I can use for this. I can no clip into the wall. But that room didn't even have anything that would allow me to open. Like, there was only a document stating that it had freed something. I think it freed Larry. That's my assumption. But I don't really know how I can speak to it. I'm sure the guy in the mask told me something, but I couldn't hear him and there's no subtitles. And I can't even leave. Because it closes back up. So I am once again soft locked. How many times can I soft lock in a single game? Computer, speak to me. It has the window too, like it's telling you, ooh, if only you were here, you could open, but you can't. I wish SCPs would kill each other or interact more. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous to do that. I mean, it's only my assumption that the unknown in the report that we were reading was Larry, whom I assume is lost in the back rooms right now. I guess I'll have to load. Okay. Wow, look at that, we can run. Crazy. Maybe if we can actually walk, we'll be able to do something. See, that's the neat part, yes. There's, some SCPs have a lot of, like, extensive reports of interactions between them. I'm gonna no-clip into the wall, the room that... What the heck? What? Oh, I see. Well, I'm doing the thing again. This game is really fragile. It's almost like it's like old or something. I mean, in the game when they breach, yeah, I guess so. Like, yeah, you can get hit by Larry and the Peanut, and it's funny that they sandwich you, but they don't have any interactions with each other. And I imagine those are kind of, like, hard to code. The game is unfinished, question mark? How many times are we gonna have to do this loop? Maybe I should sit closer to the computer before exploring the back rooms. I mean, I still kind of... Thanks. I still kind of want to... What the fuck just hit me? I feel like I've kind of fucked myself. Oh, come on, dude. Didn't I just save? I did. What's this? Oh. Oh, that's Larry's containment chamber. I can hear you down there below. What's this? Oh, I'm still in the walls. You know, it's kind of lonely in the facility without Larry, without Peanut, now that they have fallen through the floor and disappeared into the back rooms. You start to miss the guys. wait, I have night vision goggles. Oh, what's that? Alright, I don't have any... Oh, Shy Guy. I didn't know he was loose. Spin! Life just isn't the same without a pet peanut. Guys, I don't think we're finishing the game today. Not gonna lie. Whee! So wherever I go, he's gonna follow. That's fun. I never even looked at his face. Why is he looking for me? That's just not fair. Also, I'm fucking dying. Spin to win! Now this is a completely different type of game. You know what all this means, right? I think we're cooked. I think it's over. Yeah. I think we're in containment. Well, oh no. I think we're gonna have to start over with the SCP Foundation next time we play. That's not gonna be quite yet. We're gonna art now. Like I said, we're gonna try and finish the art that we started last week. And after we play some Kingdom Hearts, we're gonna go back to the SCP Foundation in the future. Just yeah. We're gonna have to start over because I broke it. Dido is not in containment. Dido's in space, which is not a place that exists outside of the house. Can't contain me. I'm outside the walls. Sorry, the game was so buggy. I mean, it's funny. I feel like breaking reality is in the spirit of the SCP Foundation. I guess what I really wish I knew was where Larry went, what caused Larry to stop showing up. But yeah, somewhere out there, I'm gonna see if I can grab the picture. I had a game of Skyrim that I wasn't playing it. A friend of mine was playing it, and I was watching them play, and they had a guard be substituted by a sweet roll. And the thing is, every single other NPC that came over to this guard and tried to talk to the guard, like there was a pre-scripted moment where people were like trying to get into the city and the guard was not letting them, but it was a sweet roll, and people were talking to the sweet roll like, you gotta let us in, and the sweet roll said nothing because it was a sweet roll, and they're like, we'll be back. What is space if not the prison we built to contain the stars? That's kind of beautiful. Just a little bit of game breaking as a treat. One of my favorite games is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and that's a buggy game. I guess you could say Skyrim is up there too with the bugginess. I don't know which one is worse. I guess Skyrim is more of a finished game. Vampire had a notorious history with its development. There was something you could do to deal with Larry. Unfortunately, cannot backseat. I know about Larry and how you deal with it. The computer tells you, and I do remember this, but well, like when I went to Larry's containment, to Larry's containment chamber, and I found the key card, there was a femur breaker, and I believe that's something that you use to contain Larry. But I don't know the details. I wanted to talk to the computer about it, and the computer broke the game. So Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is 100% bug-free if you're just willing to lie about it. Hey, welcome back, Willman. We broke the game, and everything stopped working. So we're gonna have to start over next time. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline is so bug-free that one time I saved while riding an elevator, and when I loaded, I was at the bottom of the elevator shaft with no way out. I'm gonna grab my tablet and we're gonna hop onto Clip Studio. We're gonna start drawing. That's what you get for trusting an elevator. What's wrong with elevators, specifically? They failed to contain that one. The worst thing is that even though I clipped through the walls, I found a way to get to the computer anyways, and the door was closed, and I don't know how to get through. So there's probably something there that I'm missing. But we'll get back to that. It's our time, open SCP containment breach again. Not this time, not this time. I need to keep you on your toes. Sometimes I need to actually do what I said I'm gonna do. So we're gonna do that. I am so salty. Okay, let's do some art. Where did I put... Oh no. My glove. Hang on. Hang on. I found it. I found it. Okay. And we need to put up our tablet. Aha! But yeah, SCPs. Anyone else here has a favorite SCP? I could talk about some other ones. Like, I like to talk about the sack potatoes because the concept of it is so off the wall and like dovetails into the horror, but there's other interesting ones. Just back, turns out I didn't know us humans were so high maintenance, so I'm gonna do that. Yes, everyone here should drink and should eat. And oh, am I in trouble? No, we're fine. Don't neglect yourselves. But yeah, the sack of potatoes has the like interesting thing of being funny, and then it becomes horror. The IKEA has the same thing where like it's funny, like oh haha IKEA, you get lost in the IKEA, but then it becomes like actually scary as it goes. Like you get hit with not only the horror of not knowing the way home, but also the humanity of the survivors, because suddenly people are in a place where their basic needs are covered. Like there is infinite food, but they need to keep each other safe, and like the priorities change when you're in that situation. What should I drink? Water. You should drink water. Or coffee. I'm not drink coffee. there's 3 types of drinks. There's the water for the hydration, there's a sweet drink for the soul, and there's caffeine for the agonies. I am late, seems I arrived at the right time. Yeah, so Black Skull, we found the computer, and as we went into the chamber, we no-clipped through the floor, and the walls disappeared, and we went into the back rooms. 2008 is good. Which one is that? Drink what? Drink water. You forgot milk for the bones. I've never seen water in my life. I don't know what that is. What do you make tea with? What are you making your tea with? Alice, what are you putting in your tea? Drink water from SCP-294. I need to have the SCP wiki open here because I don't remember the numbers. At one time, I was much better with the numbers because I read every SCP of like the first couple hundreds as a teenager because I was like, clearly, the best way to read the SCP wiki is to go one at a goddamn time, reading from 1 to 1,000. And I don't remember half of them. You'll never know. Please, please, please put water in your tea. Don't put something else. I'm begging you. I think in terms of my favorite SCP, maybe the flesh that hates, just for how visceral it is, how terrifying it is. It reminds me of Halo's Flow. Oh yeah, it's this kind of like mold that covers everything. Just check someone mentioned Here Be Dragons. Oh, Here Be Dragons is so nice. Coffee would kill me. Yeah, I get that caffeine is not something everyone can indulge in, and I feel really bad for people who can't drink caffeine, honestly. And I know that, like, eventually I'm gonna have to stop drinking coffee, and it makes me really sad to think of that. The passage of time is terrifying. Chocolate milk makes everything better. Yes, it does. 208 is a shapeshifter that tries to make everyone afraid, but don't know what people are afraid of. That's so cute. I like that. Reminds me, there's this shapeshifter, or I guess it creates illusions, that takes the shape of someone the person that's looking at it feels attracted to, and tries to basically just mooch off of them, just live in their house for some time. And eventually the SCP wiki was like, hey, what about ace people who are asexual or aromantic? What then? What if they don't feel attracted to anyone? And what they did is that the ace people are immune to this SCP. They just see it as a blob. In the SCP world, being ace gives you superpowers. Immunity to an SCP. What's coffee? It's a magical drink that gives you superpowers. Might be unfortunate that I'm addicted to caffeine now, yeah. I've only drank coffee one time in my life. Because I mentioned I hadn't tried it when we were at a friend's house nearly a decade ago. Oh. Right. Hell yeah, A's win, yeah. I think the one that I, like, spooked someone with, was like a bottle of milk that horrifically turns, people who drink that milk into milk-creating creatures. It's something. Where's Alice typing from? Wait, huh? Oh, you might have your chat in top chat. You need to have it in show all. People use it to show their willingness to hurt themselves. Wait, the coffee? Or like, I mean, you could say with drugs in general that you are hurting yourself. For some reason, Alice's messages don't show unless you select all messages instead of top messages. I think it might have something to do with like channel standing or something like that. Yeah. This is why they keep drinking it even though they don't like it. What if I actually like coffee? But then, coffee's good. Apparently happiness kill you. Oh, is this about the coffee machine? If you ask for happiness, it kills you? Is this a sort of like ambrosia thing where if you experience ultimate happiness, then anything less than that just feels pointless? Do you drink like raw coffee or do you put things in it? Both. I've drunk black coffee before. It's alright, but if you put milk and sugar in your coffee, it's just really good. If 028 were a real thing, I think I would risk it. Which one is 028? The chances of a limit right there. Oh, is that this field, this like football field that if you step into it, you gain a random piece of knowledge? I always think about it because it has like literally like golden, like chicken laying golden eggs story right built right into it. Knowledge, yeah. Where like a dude, I think it was a D class that they made, step into it, gained the ability to breathe self-sustainingly, like they could turn the thing that we exhale when we inhale oxygen. And so he learned how to basically breathe without oxygen, and they were like, how the fuck? So he tried to teach people, and no one else could kind of wrap their head around it. And they're like, we need to find out if there's like something. And they fucking like killed the dude, opened them up, found nothing. And the notes for the experiment are like, seriously, how the fuck did he do it? I do like sugar outside my coffee though. Carbon dioxide. Yeah, that one. Sugar outside my coffee, cakes or chocolate. Well, you have activated my trap card. Have any of you watched Detective Conan growing up? It's like this anime about a detective who gets turned into a child, and he's like solving cases, pretending that the adult that's looking after him is solving them instead. Because one of my core memories that I can never kind of shake off, it just exists in the back of my head, is this story from Detective Conan, this one episode that I had recorded into a VHS, showing my age now, where there was a party and someone had been poisoned at this party. And the like key piece of information that solved this case was the fact that when a child in the party had some of the coffee because he was curious, his mom was like, no, here, sweetie, have some cake. And they were like, that's weird, because they were trying to protect this child from getting cavities. Like, why did they give the kid cake? And the reason for this was because the poison was in the coffee and the antidote was in the cake, because they were trying to poison someone who doesn't eat sweets. So everyone was having the antidote except for the one person they wanted to kill. And there's like very specific arrangement of evidence just exists in the back of my head. Man. It's too an existential horror already. Knowing the forms can be much worse than being terrified of the unknown, can it? Yeah. Case closed for Americans. Yeah. Yeah. One of my friends owns all the Detective Conan mangas. Cool. That's right. Yeah. I thought it was so cool at the time. I was a child, so I was super impressed. And I used to really enjoy watching specifically like mystery-based anime when I was little. Like there was a multiple just random anime with strange mysteries in them that I don't remember the names of. Kaito Kid, best character. I actually don't know much about Kaito Kid. I haven't watched that one. I just know about it like offhandedly from cultural osmosis. Something, white glove thief, something. This music is so enjoyable. I really like this music. Although I am working with Kirio to get some original music for this as well, that I'm kind of excited for. But I don't want to get into that too much because you'll see it when it's done. The other thing that I had in that particular VHS was I believe it was a movie about Winnie the Pooh. And it was a movie where the plot line was something like the kid. I don't know the name of the kid. I'm sure it's like important and people know it and they'll be mad at me. But this kid had to go to school, but the characters of Winnie the Pooh are like toys and they're like don't understand, or like the animals, toy animals. They don't understand what that is, and they hear skull. And the thing about this is that I had a Spanish version of this. In Spanish, Christopher, yeah. It was Spanish, so the Spanish words for school and skull are like nothing alike. And they had to struggle to make this entire plotline make sense in a language that doesn't use these words. Have recently started drawing again? Do you have any tips? My biggest tip is to get absolutely obsessed with something. Find something that you care about that is relevant to your interests and draw it. Also trace. Use tracing as a learning tool, unironically. You want to grab things that you like, that you find inspiring, that you think are super cool, and you're gonna imitate them to the best of your ability. Obviously, don't post things that you trace as if they were yours. This is a learning tool. Just find things that you like and be like, I could do that, and do it. That's my biggest tip. My second biggest tip is to find tools that you're excited about as just a way to get you started, but you don't need any specific tools to draw. You can draw literally in anything. And be loose with it. Don't try and make it super clean right off the bat, because then you'll never actually finish anything. The best way to start arting in general is to become possessed by the art demons. Yeah, exactly. Wake up in the middle of the night in a sweat and scream, I must art, and then do it. You can't cling on to sanity, discard it. Precisely. Just draw as much as you can. This is when you're getting started. Blah. When you're getting started, you want to do this. But later down the line, if you're trying to master things, there is more like specific things that you'll want to be doing. But if you're starting, if you're like getting the hang of things, if you're learning, literally just try to have fun. I think is the most important thing. Art should not be a painful thing. You should be having fun. You should be doing things that you're passionate about, that you enjoy, and that you want to share. You don't have to, but ideally, if you make something that you want to share, there's like a higher chance that you'll actually finish it. As long as you don't share the unfinished thing. Like, I think sharing things that you're working on makes it really difficult to find it in you to actually finish the thing. My issue with art is that I physically destroy the paper with my clumsy hands. Man. You can, rule number 1 of art club is to have fun and be yourself. Yeah. Like, I understand that some people have difficulties physically, but I feel like there is always like something that you can make that is artistic. You don't have to draw specifically in the way that other people draw. You don't have to make exactly the thing that your friend makes. Even if you like want to make music, you don't have to learn to play the piano if that's not something that's in your like physical capabilities or interests. You should try to do things that, you know, work for you. And sometimes it can be hard to find the thing that works for you, but I think it's worth to try. To go through things that aren't your thing until you find the one. And when you find the one, it's just really joyous. But also there's going to be days where things just suck. This is just a fact of life. Sometimes the shit sucks and you just gotta be like, not my day, and move on. What was it? Some days are fucked and they cannot be unfucked. Give up. Go to sleep. Try again tomorrow. I like designing systems and writing stories. Yeah, everyone has... I feel like every person has something inside of them that they want to share and they should share it. And sometimes that looks a little bit different, you know, from person to person. And it also like depends on the kind of art we consume, the things that we like, the things that we look at, and finding that balance between the inspirations that we're drawing from and what our physical bodies can actually achieve in the moment we're at. It requires a lot of humility to admit, like, okay, I'm not at that level yet, but I can do this. My favorite kind of arting is poetry, because all I need is to become delusional for an hour or two and then it's done. I'm too lazy to become good, but I enjoy grabbing a pencil from time to time. It's fun. And then I hide the drawing from my mother, so she won't stop telling me she wants to teach me again. Aww. I've seen some of your OCs. I like that you're able to share these things too. Because I feel like we live in an era of the internet where we're surrounded by people who are so insanely talented that it's difficult not to be self-conscious about the small things that we are making, right? Like, if I wasn't delusional enough to share my art as a teenager, even though I was in an ecosystem where there was thousands of extremely good webcomics already, you know, I never would have met tons of interesting and cool people who taught me a lot, who gave me the impulse to continue making things. Who told me, oh, I like this, and then I could make things that they liked, things that I liked. I don't know. I'm yapping. I actually really like poetry, and I tried getting into it, but people's responses were very discouraging. Poetry is I feel like poetry is very difficult to find an audience for. The trauma-having people you love cringe at your early poetry you try to share stays with you. Telling someone who's learning that what they're making is cringe is really harmful. Like, I do have memories of being like a little bit salty that when I was little, people will be like, oh, this is so good. And I'm like, do you actually mean it? Or are you saying this because I'm 10? Which is a very cynical thing for a 10-year-old to think. But it kind of, it was like, I can't trust the adults in my life to be honest with me about my work. So it's like you want to have that feedback, but also you need to be encouraged. It's a good thing that the adults in my life were telling me my art was good, even if I was a little shit about it. Yet ironically, the hardest part of arting is to learn to care more about you and your vision and your mind goblins, and less about others and their word goblins. It's a mind goblin, don't answer. Look into your heart. You know what a mind goblin is. I hate how this chin looks, actually. Speaking of finding joy. Let's see if we can fix it. Riku, look into your heart, find your mind, goblin. We're looking on hearts on Thursday, I promise. Kingdom Hearts is so scary to stream. Because I opened the collection, and right off the bat, there's like, before you stream, and it's like, oh god. I'm guessing everyone here, like I feel like there's very few people who wouldn't know about Kingdom Hearts. Although, I don't think quite as many people have played it. I feel like everyone is cringe for a while, to be fair. Like, you're gonna suck at it, look at what you're doing, but you're gonna get better with practice. Yeah! What was that? The first step towards getting kinda good at something is to suck at something. And the thing is, most of us spend our early years of our life sucking at pretty much everything. And it's expected that as a child, you're not gonna be good at anything. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're so good when you do literally anything. And that's so important, because if you are discouraged that early, you're gonna stop doing everything, and then you're not gonna get good at anything. And it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's the game about the queen chopping off your head, right? That's Alice in Wonderland. There is an Alice in Wonderland section in Kingdom Hearts. It's pretty good. I have pretty strong memories of it. Uta Hikaru, NB icon. Whenever I think of Kingdom Hearts, makes me want to listen to her songs. Yeah, I love that. I love that Uta Hikaru came up with the concept of mystery as opposed to Mr. or Mistress. I think that's so cool. You can't get good at something unless you... I mean, I think it was my dad that said this to me when I was little, that like you need to do something 1,000 times before you get good at it. As a kid, my drawings were so incredibly bad that instead of handing a drawing to my mom after school, I would hand her some math. Oh, but did she like it though? Did she put the math on the fridge? Drawing can be bad, but writing 2 + 2 = 4 on a piece of paper is never wrong. But like, writing is... like, art is never wrong either. Like, you can have wrong information in a piece of art, but art is not something that can be quantified. I guess that's kind of the scary thing. If you can't be wrong, you can't be right either. You have to be vulnerable, which is a scary thing to do. Some time ago, and I want to polish this at some point, I Walter White. Some time ago I made a comic, 9-page webtoon style comic. And I was not super certain about the ending. I still am not. But most of it, the thing is really vulnerable because I was putting some of my own emotions and troubles and I was like really trying to communicate something with it. And doing something like that is paralyzing. It's terrifying. It's mortifying. You want to put that piece of yourself out into the world, but the response to it is something that you're going to dread. And it's a really interesting experience. I think everyone should share something of themselves every now and then. Anyways, now the way art is, I get people emotionally involved in things and then hurt the things in thematically meaningful ways. Yeah. There are no specific parameters to define art's quality, and in that sense, no one can truly say it's wrong. Yeah. But I think that is kind of what is beautiful about art. The thing is, everything that can be beautiful and meaningful can also be mortifying, it can be revealing. And if you have things you don't want to reveal, then you're not going to, you know, enjoy that vulnerability. I think there are measurable parameters for art. There are things in a piece of art that can be measured, but the expression of art, I don't think can, because even if I make a piece of art and I have a very specific idea of what I want to share with it, I can fail at sharing that, and in that process, because making art is such a vulnerable thing, create something that is revealing about me, about my mistakes, about how I feel about the world. Or it can even be so fumbled, so inaccurate as to be relatable to someone completely alien from myself. What is the average grade given by a large amount of viewers, popularity, or just the degrees of realism or accuracy? True art can be a real intimate thing. Yeah. This is truly a conversation, very smart. Okay. Like, art as an object can have objective measures to it because it exists in the world. There are things about it that can be spoken to objectively, but the expression that is going through it, like the concept that you're trying to communicate, I don't think can be, because you're not in my head. And even if I put forth my feelings as honestly and openly as possible, it's not ever going to communicate entirely what's in my head, because of the way communication works. The translation from my heart to your brain is going to be imperfect. Hard to share a piece of yourself with people you don't know unless you're real confident or have trained yourself to stop caring. I think as a writer, all of your characters should be self-inserts in the sense that each of them should be spawned from a small shard you shave off of your own soul. That's a really beautiful way to put it, and I 100% agree with that. In other words, each of them should be one of your mind goblins. We circled back to the mind goblins. I think it's even more interesting when art is made in collaboration, because then it's not even one person's mind goblin. It's a shared it's a shared mind goblin. You have shared custody of the mind goblin. It's got a little bit of each person that's making it, and it's not even a bit of like each person, it's a bit of what each person thought to put into it, considering that it was going to reflect on everyone else in the room. It's a very unique kind of creation. Every character will invariably carry either a trait of yours, a trait you thought about and implemented and deliberately, or have their actions portrayed through a lens you see from. I feel like you can feel a sort of passion from some pieces, though. I can't write a character who is a bad person unless I can define what I think is a bad person. I mean, yeah, if you're thinking of like the intentional writing, if you're wanting to write a character whom is bad, a bad person, I feel like you can do that accidentally. I feel like, you know, accidents in art happen all the time. But if you're thinking about like intentional writing of a bad person that communicates actually a bad person, yeah. In the same sense, I can't write a character who is not me without making an inversion of what I think is me. I have characters for a story I thought since I was 14 that I still think about. I should actually write something with them someday. Yeah, you should put your mind goblins out into the world. You should share them with the class. And you should share your own earthling. I like the earthling sonas. I'm really happy about the earthling sonas. I want to see more of them. I want to make this one into like a cleaner base so I can share it. Yeah. I'm getting so distracted, not actually drawing. But if every character is me, doesn't that make writing romance kind of awkward? Love yourself. So obsessed. What I meant is that if you write a character who is accidentally a bad person, then you've written a trait of yours into a character and reflected on it. Yeah, I guess so. Like, if you failed to put a bad person on the page, that does reflect on you. We're all narcissists deep down. Figure out my earthling sona. Yeah. Please do. Show me your earthling sonas. I mean, one reason why stories like the Narcissus tale are so lasting is because they communicate something about us that we can still reflect on many thousands of years after. Can I not like my other self? She's annoying. Play Celeste. Play Celeste. I have to write another 100 love stories. Earthling Sona ships. Nice. Just don't make it weird. Are like physical vessels powered... Oh, Earthling Sona ships are the physical vessels powered by love. That's so cute. Makes me think of like... I think there was the... Actually, it's a cutscene from Kingdom Hearts. It's one of the early cutscenes from Kingdom Hearts 1. I believe, where like Dono tells Sora he sees him real sad. And he's like, you can't be doing that because gummy ships are powered by smiles. And if you get all sad, we're gonna crash. Now, if we study the psyche of the guy behind the manga, they will girlfriends who love me very, very. Well, we don't have time to unpack all of that. Okay, but there's actually this like a quote deeply love that I spread across reality and relatives. Oh, this story has been told 1,000 times, but never by you. I love that quote. I also think a lot about this Tumblr meme, I guess. That's like 5 original posts remain. Because like it's usually meant to say like this sentence has never said before, right? Like this is so weird off the wall that no one else has ever said that. But what it also communicates to me is that like only 5 original posts remain, but we're all still posting, and we're all still sharing those posts. You know, like, they don't need to be original, they just need to be, I don't know, valuable to us in other ways. I also think that one reason why I was thinking about how failure to write certain things in stories is revealing as well is because the music that's been playing in some of these streams is The Room by Patricia Taxxon, wherein it was playing in the H. Bomber Guy video where he was talking about how The Room is a movie that, in being badly made, is potentially revealing about what Tommy feels about real relationships that he has maybe been in. I can't know if what I'm doing right now is original, but I can know if I am in fact doing it. We're just machines that take in information and regurgitate vague, reordered copies. Are we LLMs? Thought-provoking music IMO, yeah. It's really good. The interesting part about the human machine is the faulty bits, though, the vision. Well, that's also a thing that, like, there is currently on screen, I believe, a VHS effect on the background for the chat. And, like, if you think about it, the movies that were created to play on VHS, the original vision of them did not include scan lines. It didn't include CRT TV distortion. It didn't include the limitations of a screen that works with tubes or with red, blue, and green lights. The pure vision didn't include these limitations of the machine, but currently it is part of the aesthetic of the movies of that time. When we think of the 90s, we think of scan lines, we think of those limitations, we think of old games with pixel art that was made to register on those scan lines. We think of games with small resolutions, or crushed music, or no ability to save files. We think of games, the limitations of which created an aesthetic. We think of Silent Hill, and the whole, fog creating a certain atmosphere. These limitations of those machines created the art. They made the part that is noticeable to us now. Like, yes, we can think that Silent Hill was a really good game. I haven't played it. But those limitations created the very specific aesthetic experience of Silent Hill. And in that same way, the faulty bits of our human brains, our human experience, create what makes art art. It's an expression of both limitation and the infinite reaches of creativity together. Hang on, I need to scroll up and check because I got kind of passionate and I missed things. A music stream would be really cool. New music you enjoyed and found some of your favorite artists from there. Like listening, sharing, discussing songs could be fun, I think. I like Vocaloid music a lot. That's what I listen most of the time. Although, like I said, I've been listening to the mashup album, Transient... What was it? Transient Melodies, I think it was. I'll share it later on the Discord. So, like, I do have things I could share, and I do find new things, and I get sent things. every now and then, but I guess the main issue with that is that we need to cut it in a very specific way, because I don't want to play the entire song and I could get copyright stricken. So, you know, I'll think on it. You can also post what that looks like, the other streamer in the server, so I can take a look at that and maybe see if that's something I could be doing. But yeah, I'm glad you're having a good time, Alice. I feel very passionately about, you know, what makes art special, what it says about the human condition. Art is made when a human mind snaps up and spawns a vision, and then that vision bumps into reality by way of a medium and splatters like a tomato on some guy's face. That weird blotchy splatters are the best part. It's also, like, I don't even need to go to technology. What makes watercolor, like, aesthetically distinct is the parts that we can't really control, which is the way that the paint gathers on the sides of the watery splotches. Today I listened to a bit of a video I saw titled Jazz Music to the Crime Tune. That's certainly for me. What really interests me about art is the miscommunication. That is part of the, you know, the limitations of it. This TBH? I think a lot about the, you know, the tree analogy that Innuendo Studio uses in his beginner's guide video. The failure to communicate my vision to someone else is what creates the Taxxon game of interpretation and meaning. Yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like the bouncing between, like, oh yes, they get exactly what I mean, and oh, I didn't mean that at all, is what's, like, really interesting. And it does, like, create a sort of need for a bit of humility as an artist too, where at some point you're gonna have to let go of that control over your art. Your art changes meaning once it enters the minds of others, right? But part of what I want when I make art is to reach them in some way, not to create a very specific experience. Although I think if you're skilled enough, you can probably create those very specific experiences. I mean, that's how we have some genres like horror. That's a very specific experience. I was thinking about how one of the characters I mentioned earlier from when I was 14 had an arc about learning about love and realizing that what he thought had to be romantic was platonic. This was year before I found I was asexual. Oh, that's so cool! Yeah, like, sometimes those parts of us make it out in very honest ways without us realizing it. The curtains are blue has so much meaning at this point. The phrase evokes intense rage in me on its own. When the goblins find a new home, you can't tell them what to eat or when to sleep anymore. I like that. That's a really good analogy. But yeah, I mean, I won't get into the crab today. Maybe I will at some point. But you know, this OC of mine that I created for this comic that I was writing with someone else, whose entire character was about how they were perceived and the version of themselves they projected to the world, the kind of person that was appreciated by others as opposed to who they thought they were, which now I realize is a very teenage mindset, but was an expression of sort of like keeping hidden a part of yourself, which I think is a very queer experience. Keeping a part of yourself hidden from the world and resenting that, because for some people, hiding themselves is very painful. Let's make this a perfect circle, or ellipse, rather. Actually, I don't want it to be a perfect ellipse because it's gonna be a little bit more big at the bottom than the top, so maybe I'll just freehand it. I think it's very funny that both our favorite OCs are the same person. I would absolutely deny it. What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that? I can't find it right now. It's a while back and from a German streamer too, so I don't know how useful it would be either way. Well, if you can describe it later in the Discord, like the way they did it, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll just, you know, figure it out on my own. Whenever I read back those crab tits, I realize how much crab and rook have in common in being unpleasant little gremlins. Ah, I see. Yeah, they would absolutely fucking hate each other. But they have some of the same follies, I guess. Some time ago, I was talking to a friend about this OC. And, you know, I have a very specific idea of who this OC is. Which I believe to be quite clear because some of my friends really get it. But I was talking to a friend of mine. And I explained something that Crab is up to, a person that they're close to right now. And my friend was like, oh, they must fucking hate this person and just kind of tolerated them. And I was like, that's weird that you would think that about Crab. Truly the Crab character design. I think I should get into this actually. Okay. Oracle of Fira. Let's go. Let me see if I can find my comics folder. Comics. Okay. Drag the image right here. Hello. So, The Oracle of Fira is a webcomic that I was working on when I was a teenager. I worked on it with a couple of friends. And one of them is Gwen Draws Art, and Wellman was a frequent reader of our webcomic. We did a few chapters, which were like 20 pages long each. The first chapter I finished in like a week. I was really invested in this comic. It was this magical girl urban fantasy type thing, where the person who was writing the scripts wasn't me, but it was we were working on the story together. He would write the scripts and then I would draw them. And we made some designs together, and some of the designs were just my own, you know how it is. I'm gonna put Fira right here. So it was about magical girls, but there's actual deities in this. And so each deity, there was 7 deities, and each deity would pick oracles, which were their basically magical girls, which were the main characters. And so each character would have their magical girl transformation and their elemental powers. This was the goddess of love and fire. Her name is Fira. And she's like the patron goddess of the main character. That's the basics of it. Some of the elements were originally way more magical girl, because this was at a time where the person writing this was a teenage guy, like a teenage boy, who didn't know how to express interest in things that were less masculine in nature, right? He was like, I'm a man, I can't be interested in this romance stuff. But, you know, they were like, at the time, they were like, oh, this girl who's gonna draw the comic can take the quote-unquote blame for the girly stuff. Even though behind the scenes, he would like kind of think of me as like too weird to be a girl, which was really funny to learn about afterwards. But either way, he was like, I want to make this a very magical girl story, and I want to have romance elements in it, and I want all this girly stuff, but I can't admit to wanting to do this, so I'm gonna work with a girl. Meanwhile, me, having heard about this concept, I was like, oh, So you're telling me the main character fucking dies and gets hired by a untrustworthy deity who is taking advantage of him, and there's demons that they fight against? This is rad. I would later learn they don't actually die. That was just me thinking they died. Which I ended up keeping kind of as like my personal canon. So yeah, this was a comic I worked on for many years with my friends that I was very happy with. We had some, you know, ups and downs, and we never finished it. We left a cliffhanger that I need to find because it's really fucking funny. We were in chapter like 6, and we were in the middle of an arc, and we were this. The main character had, like, for the very first time encountered other oracles. They were like, oh, I'm not the only one who's working for a deity. And chapter 6? No, 5. This was the final page. So we got here. Where there's like an actual demon behind the main character. And then at the introduction of demons, the main character has a demon behind him, and he's like, what? And then we stopped. We stopped updating because we were like, there's things about this comic that are just not right. We gotta start over. And then we never, ever finished anything about this comic. Take this advice to heart, please, please, please. If you start a creative project and you get to a point where you're like, I need to start over, don't do it. Keep going. Finish it. Don't start over, ever. And then here's Ruard. It's really funny in retrospect, but I had a lot of plans. I was actually so proud of the pages that came after this. And so yeah, the guy fell on his head from like 2 meters high, but he survived somehow. Yeah. Protagoon is fucking dead. This keeps happening to him. So, this was the comic. This is also real. Yeah. So, you know, in this comic, Protagoon had a love interest. He had a character he was in love with, who's this one right here, Letty. So Letty, full name Letitia, is this very normal girl with normal shirts. This shirt says "Home is where the pants aren't," and she's this like cheerful girl who's you know, friendly with everyone, who has 1,000 hobbies, who gets along with everyone, and it makes her family proud and all of that. But she's like a little bit kooky. She's a bit weird. There's something off about her. And the protagonist is really in love with her. But, you know, too shy to admit it and all of that. And so later down the line, Protagoon was going to be introduced to the character next to Letty, which is Order. Order is an oracle of the goddess of water. Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Yeah, Letty was extremely Manic Pixie Dream Girl coded. So he would later be introduced to Order, and Order right off the bat fucking hates him. She cannot stand the main character and will constantly point out how he doesn't know what he's doing, how he's a burden to the team, how they don't need his help, and how she just wants him out of her way because she has things to get to. And Order is this like very dedicated oracle who will spend all of her time patrolling and fighting demons and feels very strongly about demons. And so it will kind of come to a boiling point where eventually it would be revealed, surprise, Letty and Order are the same person, right? And it would be this like kind of crushing moment where it's like, oh wait, my crush fucking hates me. What is this? Wait, my crush is not real? My crush was actually this person who fucking hates me? And the original writer's idea, and I feel a little bit bad about this, but I did kind of adopt Order as my character. The original idea was that Letty was the real one. The manic pixie dream girl was the real one, and she took on this sort of like somber persona as an oracle to sort of deal with the darkness of it. And then we flipped it, and Order was the real one who pretended to be like a normal peppy girl. And the weirdness of Letty was just kind of Order's weirdness bleeding through, right? I made a joke about Letty once and turned out to be the truth. Yeah, I would like constantly hint that there was something there, but I never got to introduce Order proper, and I was really sad about that. This is another reason why you never restart. Because we were just a few chapters off from introducing Order. And it was gonna be great, because the main character was gonna be like fucking trudging through the snow, bleeding from his eyes, and then running to Order, who was fighting this demon, and Order would be like, you're bleeding. Get out of my way, I'm busy. My crush is imaginary, also she hates me. Damn, you didn't have to make it so real. What if your crush fucking hated you? This was not the first time I wrote, what if your crush fucking hates you, as a twist. I don't know why this was a trope I kept going back to. Might be because as a teenager, I kept having people who pretended to be my friends so they could try and get in my pants or something. But yeah, that was that. So the thing about Order is that Order is what we call a blue bitch with a sword. Because over the next few years, I would keep finding characters who have the exact same fucking design as Order, which is the straight bangs, blue hair, with a katana, with a ponytail. And it's just like, we were like, how does this keep happening? How is there so many of this? Blue bitches with a sword. Because as it turns out, we ended up describing this as the crab of character design, and I need to explain the crab thing. Let's look up carcinization. Carcinization. Let me see if I can find the picture. The only step is crab. Where is it? Crab. Oh, this is not a good picture. Let's go with that, sure. So, it turns out that in nature, that's a horrible picture. I'm sorry. Or there's Virgil. It turns out that a lot of creatures end up independently evolving into crabs. This is known as carcinization. Because for some reason, crab is apparently like the perfect shape of a creature, especially exposed to water. And so, because we kept encountering characters who had independently evolved to be a blue bitch with a sword, with a ponytail, we were like, this is the crab of character design. So we call Order the crab. I feel like most love triangle stories end with the two sides ends of the triangle picking the worst possible love interest. Surprisingly, the only case I've ever found is I don't want to get into Naruto discourse. Crabs are also very cute. So, love triangles in general are just very tiring. Any of you familiar with the memories of Idun? Or was it Idun Chronicles? Idun Chronicles is this absolutely dreadful series of novels from a Spanish author who got an anime made by Netflix some years back, which is also dreadful. But it had a love interest. And it had a triangle, a love triangle. The main character was supposedly the girl, but it was very much centering one of the guys, you know, the good guy. And the really fucking funny thing about this love triangle was that the way the author decided to do it is after copying Naruto for the two guys, because these guys were just Sasuke and Naruto, and after copying Tsubasa Chronicles for the supporting cast because they were just Bai and Kurogane, after copying these animes that are extremely gay, she decided the main character, the girl's gonna keep both of the guys. And the guys are gonna have this whole arc where they find, you know, the good in each other and they become very invested in one another. But they still hate each other. They share the girl, but they hate each other. Because the author is just that homophobic. Reject love polygons. Love circles is where it's at. I hate love triangles. Like, love triangles are really tiring. So yeah, I mean, there's like, I'm sure there's like things you can do with it that are interesting and fun. But most of the time, you just end with, you know, hurt feelings and people being like, it's not the choice I would have gone with, you know? There's also like the fact that you either have both options be kind of reasonable, in which case there's just gonna be people who are unhappy, or you have one side be just obviously the right choice and then it's just kind of pointless. There's just no good way to go about it. Something that I found really funny was in Mystic Messenger. There's this love interest, you know, one of the many, who has a romantic rival, or rather, you as the, you know, main character going for this guy have a romantic rival supposedly. But when she shows up, the dude you're going for is like, I'm not interested, lady. Get out of my face. What you're doing is kind of weird. What if love triangle, but people are reasonable and rational with it? That's just polyamory. I suddenly don't feel bad about how I think about my relationship within my creations. Oh, good. I prefer love the decade. I feel like if you have enough sides to a love triangle, quote unquote, if you have enough sides to a love polygon, people will be confused enough that it won't be an issue. Roll for compatibility. Roll for intercourse? That's a my house.wad thing. I remember I saw Zach the Bold made a video about romance in TTRPGs that I thought was kind of interesting. Because he has an opinion I just wholeheartedly disagree with, which is that he thinks romance in TTRPGs almost invariably ends up being uncomfortable, which, you know, I've been in a few of those, and I think it's just not true if you're playing with people who are adults about it. Another idea I had before realizing my asexuality was, what if dating CVN, but it's about matchmaking for others? Wait, that's really cute. That's a really cute idea. If I made an Oracle of Fear at VN, that would be RPG ratings. Being a matchmaker for others sounds like playing Fire Emblem Awakening My Beloved. My throat's very dry. Oh, we're getting kind of to the time limit for this stream, actually. And I barely got any art done. I'm just yapping. But I don't know, like, I feel like romance, you know, it's not an integral part of any piece of media. It's just something that we tend to feel very strongly about, so it creates a lot of tension to put in a story. It's something that we ought to feel strongly about. Was a good yap. Good. I'm glad. I'm gonna once again share the Discord link for peeps who want to join. I think being a matchmaker is a very creepy concept because it involves making assumptions about others' feelings. If you make a Vera VN, I know which ship I go for. 100% Leo and Noah forever. Leo and Noah don't need any matchmaking. They just are built for each other. So I'm gonna show them here. These are Leo and Noah. Leo and Noah are a funny phenomenon in the creation of this comic, because when we were creating the characters for this, the person that was writing the scripts had a very clear design for the main character, which I do regret I didn't fully follow, because at the time I was learning to art still, and I wasn't confident in drawing people with different like traits. So I didn't make the main character fat enough, and I feel kind of bad about that. But either way, there was the three friends in Fira and the main character's love interest that we had to make designs for, and the main character had two friends. It was the metalhead friend, and then there was friend 2. Friend 2 had no description, no physical traits, no interests, just friend number 2. And I was like, okay, this is my baby now. This character belongs to me. So I gave him a character design that I found appealing. I gave him a cute design, cute face, cute personality, and I was like, this is my boy. His name is Noah, and he's lovely, and he likes sports. And later down the line, I would be like, oh yeah, no, obviously he's trans and always has been. He's just like, he and Order are like my favorites. Then there's Kia, who was also a character who was kind of throwaway to begin with. She was just the girlfriend of this other character, and I was like, but what if she was more than that? And she turned out to be the Oracle of the God of Death, which is also one of my favorites. And she's kind of this like very stable presence for people. I guess both Noah and Kia have that thing where they're like a stabilizing presence, which I feel a lot of groups need. And then there's Order, who's just a piece of shit. So far, the only time I wrote romance in anything I did is solely to make the reader cry even harder by the end. There's this really good video by a YouTube channel called The Morbid Zoo. It's about Final Destination, which, horror stuff. If you can't handle horror, please don't watch it. But there's a video called The Philosophy of Final Destination. And she quotes something in there that I haven't found the article for, because a lot of articles are like paywalled. But she talks about what they call genres of excess, which is genres that create a strong reaction in us that's usually physiological instead of intellectual. So, like melodrama makes you cry, and horror makes you wince, and some other genre has some other reaction in us that I won't say for our PG stream. So usually putting some of these other genres into another story can create this stronger experience for the audience, without necessarily being like the main thing. So you add a little bit of horror to make your point land better. You add some romance to hook people more or something. It's just a way that we connect to an audience sometimes, which I thought was really interesting. Fulgur is my favorite character. Still, I have a crush on him. Fulgur is also very cool. I love his like sort of laid back personality. He has it all covered. Even when he's like in deep shit and doesn't actually have it all covered, he will find a way. That's kind of the kind of person you want to have as a leader, where even if he's not an expert, even if he doesn't actually have the answers, he's willing to look for them and has that sort of like that safety net feeling to him, right? Fulgur and Kia being together, being like the oldest oracles, were kind of like the people who others could go to. Even though the main character was constantly suffering because Fulgur would like put him in worse situations by being like, oh, you can handle this. I believe in you. We got it covered. And the main character's like, no, we fucking don't. So, anyways, I'm going way over time with my yapping. So, I think I'm gonna let you all go for now. We're gonna reconvene on Thursday. We're gonna start Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna finish this probably off screen. Maybe I'll finish the line art and we'll color it on screen. Or I'll just, finish it and show it on the Discord, which Ferris is linked in the chat and I'll put in the description later. Let's go back to yapping. Here's the yapper. Once again, if you share cool things in the server, the mods will go through them and we'll put them up here on this frame so we can all take a look at them together. Look at Wen's art, look at Icy's art, it's really cool. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the stream, it helps, it really does. Thank you for coming today, thank you for coming last week, for sticking with me and for looking at the things I make. It makes me really happy to be able to do this, and have people look at the things I make, and to hear you talk, to hear the conversations that you can share with me. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you're too. And yeah, if you want to see, thanks for the background noise, you're welcome. If you want to see what we did last week, the VODs are up. There's also a 10-minute highlight video and a couple shorts, and I'll keep putting out some shorts of these other streams. And I'll see you all on Thursday. Have a good one. Bye bye.